I found that as you get older, some things become clearer to you. You understand things a little better. But there are some things that just seem to remain a mystery. You know, those mostly small, inconsequential things that you just can't seem to explain. Or maybe that there are so many opinions of that an explanation is really kind of meaningless. The things that you say, why is that? Or what's wrong with people? Those kind of things. The first one that always comes to my mind is littering. That's one of those things I just don't understand. Kathy and I walk every morning, 2 miles every morning, and we'd take a bag with us and pick up trash along the way while we're walking. We'd be walking anyway, but while we're out there, we pick up trash. And we've been doing it for probably 6 or 7 years. And we've got basically 4 different routes that we walk with a little bit of overlap between them. And I could count in those 6 or 7 years, I could count on one hand the number of times that we came back empty-handed. That's crazy. And there are some days that we could fill 2 bags. There's some days we look for a bag on the side of the road to carry the excess trash because our regular 1 carry bag is full. It's one of those things I'll never understand. In fact, to give you an idea, I'll show you a little clip here of a week's worth of trash. Just a week's worth of trash that we picked up along our road. For me, that's one of life's little mysteries. One of those things that I'll never figure out. I have to come to the conclusion, though, that littering is a mental disorder of some kind. I figure who in their right mind would think it's okay to throw their trash out the window? You know what I mean? I don't think I ever met anyone that thought littering was okay. So who are these people that do this? I don't know. Now that's just one example, my first little example here. Maybe you have a mystery of your own that you can think of. And if you do, leave it down in the comments. I'd love to hear what little mystery you have in your life. Maybe while you're down there leaving that comment, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, maybe this video will find its way in front of somebody else that might be interested, might have their own little mystery to share. And plus, I'd appreciate it. Another of those mysteries for me is tailgating. I understand impatience and aggression and ego and all that business, but how is it that overrides just common sense? I don't get that either. It's one of those things another one of those things that I just don't understand and will never understand. You know, do they even still teach that little axiom about a car length for every 10 miles per hour? You know, going 55 car lengths, that kind of thing. Do they even teach that anymore? I don't know. But even still, common sense tells you it takes a certain amount of time to stop, and if the guy in front of you is faster at stopping than you are, you're going to run into him. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to figure that out. You know, and at higher speeds, that's some dangerous stuff. At slower speeds, okay, maybe it's just a fender bender. But have you had a fender bender lately? Have you been to the car repair shop lately? Those $200 repairs are a thing of the past. Any accident now is going to be thousands of dollars, not hundreds of dollars. Don't people understand that? I don't know. Do they just not care? I don't know. There's so many things I don't know. And yeah, I know there's insurance, and people say, well, I'm insured. Well, yeah. And if you're in an accident, your insurance is going to go up. Plus the inconvenience of being without a car or having a loaner or having to go through that whole rigmarole. I don't understand. Okay, my examples so far I suppose you could just call pet peeves. And I suppose that's true, but they're still mysteries to me. And life's little mysteries don't always have to be things that annoy you. I mean, there are a lot of little mysteries that really don't have explanations. Like, why are people rude? Okay, that's an annoyance too, but it's different for somehow. It doesn't seem to take any more effort to be polite than it does to be rude. I mean, why wouldn't a person hold the door for the person behind you? I, I don't get that. Why wouldn't you do that? Seems like common sense, common courtesy to me. Not so common sometimes. That's a mystery, you know. And why wouldn't you say thank you when somebody does something for you? Or please when you want something? Those are things I don't understand. They don't always annoy me. A lot of times they do, but not always. But they're mysteries to me. Another couple of things that I don't understand. I had a good friend and neighbor who happened to be a three-patch biker in his younger days, if you know what that is. That's the biker club. Like you think when you think of a biker club, that's a three-patch club. And he had been a founding member of one years ago. And he was kind of a rough character, you know, that like some bikers are. He wore a ball cap quite a bit of the time. And whenever he was introduced to a woman, he would take his cap off to greet them. That impressed me. Why don't people do things like that? Or why are there some people that don't do things like that? I know not everyone has manners and that, but you know, at a certain point in adulthood, wouldn't you have picked up that that's a good thing to do? Maybe not. I don't know. And why do things seem to happen at the most inopportune time? I know a lot of people say they don't believe in coincidence, but I'm not so sure. Maybe there is such a thing as coincidence. Why does it always seem to rain when you wash your car? And why is it when you make plans to do something, something else always seems to come up? Coincidence? I don't know. It's a mystery. Everything's a mystery. Everything you can't explain is a mystery. I know those things are called life. They happen all the time, but they're still mysteries. Why do they happen? I don't know. I've come to understand in my lifetime that there are things that just can't be explained. So when they happen, you shrug a little bit, and call it one of life's little mysteries, and carry on with my day. What else can you do? And once again, I'd love to hear what the little mysteries you might have in your life. Drop them down in the comments. I love reading the comments, and I appreciate it when you do. Peace and joy. And remember, you don't have to understand everything that happens. Just roll with it.